Hello, I'm Dominic Piper, and I'm here at Africa Down Under with Bronwyn Barnes as President and CEO of High Powered Exploration. Bronwyn, thanks for joining us.
Nice to be here.
And thanks for being at Africa Down Under. Now tell me, the Nimba iron ore project in Guinea. We've heard a lot about Guinea recently, the Pilbara killer as we hear
exactly.
Of this region.
Yes.
Tell me what High Powered Exploration is doing there.
Okay, so High Power Exploration bought the Nimba iron ore project from BHP. In 2019, Robert Friedland was behind that acquisition, and Robert is obviously the major shareholder of high-powered exploration. So since that time, there's been a review of the technical studies completed by BHP, and we're now moving towards project development. So we've completed our contract tendering process. We're looking to have final investment decision for Q1 of 2025, and at the moment we're just completing our rail access negotiations with the government of Liberia. So the plan for our iron ore is to be exported through the existing rail infrastructure in Liberia, which is a relatively short distance. It's about just under 280 kilometres.
Now, iron ore development in Africa is seen as a big challenge because of the lack of infrastructure, because of the challenges. Mm-hmm. But then also Robert Friedland is known as a big picture thinker who's come up with many solutions in the past.
Yes.
Why have you taken this approach to shipping out of Liberia?
Look, it was an approach undertaken quite early on by BHP. The right to export through Liberia is enshrined in the mining convention that we have ratified in Guinea, and it's also the subject of a bilateral treaty between Guinea and Liberia that the iron ore from Nimba can be exported through Liberia. I think when we think about the Simandou project, it's been very clear that the export route for Simandou was to be through a purpose-built railway and port infrastructure to be constructed in Guinea. Obviously, we're looking at commencing construction of our project next year. We'd like to be shipping in Q1 2026, and the Simandou line won't be available by then. It will still be under construction.
Iron ore developments are obviously hugely capital intensive.
Correct.
You're a private company at the moment.
We are.
What's your plans? Will we see you come to the market?
Yes, we are working through that at the moment. So we do have plans to list on the Australian Stock Exchange Q1 next year. We have just completed a rights issue with our existing shareholders, and we've just raised $50 million. So we're using that to advance the project currently. And as part of our pre-IPO funding round, we'll be using that as the opportunity to really cement the CapEx that's required for Phase 1 development of Nimba.
Guinea and Liberia for that matter, but Guinea in particular, we've seen developments over the years have been stalled or perhaps gone a little bit slower than expected.
Yep.
We do have a delegation coming here to Africa Down Under. There's a sense of a new momentum in the country?
Look, I think, when we look back at what's happened generally in the world of mining over the past 5 years, particularly in West Africa, we've had Ebola and the double whammy with COVID. So that has really been, two health events that have really impacted development timelines for that, particularly for the West African regions. I think with those events now behind us, that we've got a much clearer line of sight about our development pathway, and fingers crossed no one uncovers a new pandemic.
Well, I think we all hope for that.
Exactly.
Bronwyn, thanks very much. Good luck for the rest of the conference.
Thank you.
It's been very busy today. Hopefully it will continue to be for the next couple of days, and we look forward to listening to your presentation in a couple of days' time.
That's great. Thank you very much.